Hello. Today we're going to be reading I Am George Washington by Brad Meltzer. I am George Washington. You know what was the hardest thing in life is? Being the first. When you're the first to try something new, there's no one to show you the way. But when I was little, I wasn't the first. I was the fourth of 9 children. That's a lot of brothers and sisters. How do you think I learned to deal with people fighting? When I was really little, I lived at a place called Mount Vernon, which had a huge river running through the backyard and unexplored forests in every direction. At 5 years old, this was the only world I knew. If you wanted to explore the forest, you had to be the first one to go inside. Think you're brave enough to go in there, George? Not yet, but soon. People will tell you that I was a perfect boy. They'll say I didn't tell a lie after I chopped down a cherry tree. But that cherry tree story isn't true. Like most boys back then, I liked swimming, fishing, and riding horses. I was a decent athlete, but nothing spectacular. Mostly, I was an ordinary kid. I liked books, and even liked to dance. I was great at it. In school, my best subject was math. I was pretty good at writing, but I was a terrible speller. You spelled beginning wrong. And harvest, too. Don't you realize I'm going to be one of the world's best leaders? I believe that almost as much as I believe you're a great dancer. But remember when I said that it's hard to be the first? It's easier when there's someone showing you how it's done. This, right here, is my brother Lawrence. He was 14 years older than me. No one had a bigger impact on my life. What are you wearing? My military uniform so I can fight for our country. You like it? It's amazing! I loved hearing the stories of his adventures. Thanks to my brother, I knew I wanted to serve in the military. Soon, though, I saw how uncertain life could be. When I was 11, my dad died. We couldn't afford proper schooling, so my brothers had to teach me at home. I didn't go to high school or college, but I was committed to learning and building myself. You spelled it wrong. Then I'll do it again. As a boy, I copied all the rules from books of virtues. There was 110 in all. Number 11. Don't gnaw your nails. Number 12. Don't stand too close to people when talking or you'll spit on them. Number 100. Don't use a fork or knife to clean your teeth. Instead, use a toothpick. The most important was the first one. Every action done in company ought to be done with some sign of respect. I guess that covers spitting on people too. When I turned 15, my mother told me I needed to get a job. Since I was good at math and precision, I became a surveyor, someone who explores large areas of land to find their boundaries. At 16, I went with a wealthy family called the Fairfaxes to survey the Blue Ridge Mountains and the Shenandoah Valley. There were no roads. The rain was fierce. And one night, the straw mat I was sleeping on caught fire. The next night was even harder. But we kept going. Don't give up. There was something special in treading a new path. Something beautiful in doing what no one has ever done before. Just being around the Fairfaxes changed my life. They helped me get work. I observed how they lived, how they dressed, and how they ate. I even learned how to properly dance. He really does like to dance. That wasn't a joke. I was a great dancer. At the Fairfaxes, I ate with fine silver and beautiful china. At home, I ate with sticks at a fire. It was as if I was living in two worlds. But to me, both were equally important. You know, you can eat with the rich folks every night. Yes, I know. That's all we're going to be reading of this book today.